welcome everyone. It's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have two reads for you today. The first one's going to be the Divine Feminine read for the Twin Flames, and the second one will be the Twin Flame Divine Masculine. I wanted to bring you the feminine one. I did it last night, and I think you're going to really like it. The major arcanas were the Lovers and the Destiny card. Those were the only majors, and they were both upright. So there's some really nice energies here. So I'm going to do that, those two reads. I also wanted to just bring up, it was interesting, 4 times 500 came up yesterday, which is just emphasizing 4 equals 2000. So it's bringing up the 4 quarters of the year and the seasons, that kind of thing, but also 4 times 500 equals 2000 means something to you. You can let me know so in the comments. And also lighting the menorah was coming up again, because the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, looks very much like a menorah. It's got 4 flames on either side, and then the one is in the middle is being taken down, which in the menorah is the one that you would use to light the candles. So that was very significant. And let's see, I wanted to bring up the movies I saw the last couple days were By the Sea. That was Brad Pitt and Angelina. And then last night I watched Anna Karenina. And they're both very passionate love stories. So that is the energy that's going on right now. And this one that was done for the Divine Feminine was done right around midnight last night. All right, so it's 4 today, but it was actually completed. I did the SIRIAN Starseed cut and deal at 11:28 to 29 last night. And then it was finished by 11:52 to 53, which is the Justice, and then the 52 of the Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Swords 53, which is also the Catapult, like so something coming in suddenly. The 28 and 29 of the SIRIAN Starseed deck, which is the main deck for the read, at 28 and 29 was the 2 of Wands and 3 of Wands. So the Twin Flames with the choice of path, and then the 3 of Wands, which is being present in the moment. And then, of course, again, the 11, which is Justice. So for today, well, today's the 18th. So yesterday, let's see, so we were doing this at midnight, so we're only going to do today's energies. Today is the 18th, so we have the 18th of the moon, and the day adds up to 24/6, which is the Queen of Wands. The 24 also being the Omega, the last letter, the 24th letter, the 6, the end of karma. And the 24/6 is, the 6 is love and community, right? Day-to-day living, as opposed to the Tarot 6 of the Lovers. It's a little bit different energy there. So we have the moon, which is a 9, and the 24, which is a 6. And that's a practical 6, with especially with 4, because 4 is very much about structure and survival things. And then the 18 of the 9 of the moon, again, endings, selflessness, compassion. And then the 2 together, the Queen of Wands and the moon, which is very much that false light energy. And then the 3rd energy, instigating energy, which is coming in. All right, so, and again, the Queen of Wands often comes up as the drama queen in this deck. It's just because this is my SIRIAN Starseed deck, and that's what it comes up for me. It doesn't mean that's the representative of fire signs. It just means that's representative of that character in this type of read for the Twin Flames. Okay, so I have nothing against fire signs. I do have fire in my chart. So when you bring up any of the suits for this deck, especially the main cards, if it comes up as a fire sign, it can be a fire sign, but it doesn't have to be. It can be someone who's behaving very fiery or dramatic, or very passionate with a lot of desire, or sexual, or just very physical. You know, there's attributes to each suit. So for the Divine Feminine, last night from 11:52 to 53, we had the major arcanas of the Lover and the Wheel of Fortune. Both cards were upright in the read. We had 2 Pentacles, 3 Swords, 3 Wands, and 1 Cup. The Court cards were the Knight of Wands. And before the read, the Knight of Pentacles also came up. We also had the 9 of Cups come up during the read, which can be a character. It often can be the Sovereign Masculine. And then the 4 of Crystals, the Divine Masculine's Heart, came up, which is not a court card, but it acts as the Divine Masculine's Heart, the Batcave. And then after the read, the Queen of Wands came up, which is the day's day. So that's significant for the energy for the 18th as well. So let's see here. We had, as far as numbers in the code line was all about intuition, completion, self-love, and pride. And the numbers that were significant were double 1s and double 10s, most of all, which is very much that high vibrational energy of justice, which is truth and balance, but the 10-10, which is that very high vibrational trill, like 101010. We also had double fours in a lesser sense. And the code line added up to 21. It was 10, 1, and 10. So again, that very high vibrational energy adding up to the 21, which is the culmination of the cycle of the world, completing a cycle, going out into the world, sharing with the world. And the other numbers were justice, so 11 and 10, 10, 44, which is the 4 of cups, the mastering, grounding, and integrating of love. And it was coming up yesterday more about receiving love, since all the twins tend to be givers, okay? The 45 is the 5 of cups, which is the grieving card, but it's also the why in the road, right? Needing to let go of the past to move forward. The 79 of the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, on the other side of the bridge. The 7 of the chariot, 9, 10, begin again, over and over and over again. 14 is the temperance card of the angels and patience and balance. 410, which can reference the 41 of the ace of cups, that new love with a source backing it up. 2331 came up, which is the 23 of the king of wands and the 31 of the expansion energy, the man of passion expanding, of the 5 of wands. And then we have 13, the death card or transition. 34 is the 8 of wands, that fast-paced energy back and forth, the hours of love, you're expressing your feelings. 56 is the 2 of swords, and then 67 also came up, the knight of pentacles. So the message here regarding intuition, completion, self-love, and pride for the divine feminine twin flames today was coming up about the after death, again, the template of Mary Magdalene and Jesus, of Mary Magdalene being on the cross with him. And it was funny because American Airlines was coming up like, you know, flying in the air. I was just getting with the greatest of ease on the trapeze. So, but this CEO was coming up, like she was being the CEO of, it's like an angelic airlines, like AA, right? But it can be Alcoholics Anonymous as well, but that wasn't the message I was getting here, although that can be for somebody. But regarding the burden or responsibility or confessions department, like the complaint department, so she became like the complaints department after death. Admit Jesus, to admit also that Jesus was an ace in the hole for her in that high vibrational fire department energy, right? Because there's a lot of passion between them. So again, the stewardess or the flight attendant position was coming up, the complaints department, the fire department, using your intuition. With, again, it's just reiterating self-love, completion, allow the cycle to complete naturally, intuition, and then pride, to watch your pride. If you don't have enough pride, more pride. If you have too much pride or ego, it's about letting go of your pride. It's always about moderation, right? So also the administration of that high vibe energy, that your destiny energy, an ace in the hole or a hole in one in the fire department. And this is just, the fire department's coming up as the department of the twins, right? Because there's this great passion and third energy between you. So after death, the Mary Magdalene toggling up with Jesus, acing often, the ace in the hole often. And then the lamb was coming up, the lamb department, right? So the sheep or the, the weak inheriting the earth energy, being the divine test, okay? So it's like the twin community is considered the fire department. It's really funny. And then, of course, transmuting negative energies into positive energies. So for the divine feminine here, we have the 5 of Pentacles upright starting to read. The one in front of you is the masculine, so that's the second one. But for the feminines, and I will post the basic read for you for the divine feminine. The 5 of Pentacles upright with the divine feminine in the Mary Magdalene cave. And that very much comes up as that 5 of Pentacles card in this deck, because it's the 5 of Pentacles in the SIRIAN Starseed deck is someone in a cave, literally, that has icicles all around it with a group, like they're all in robes, and the group is outside. They're being exiled into the cave, not a part of the group. So divine feminine in the Mary Magdalene cave, and I was at the Mary Magdalene cave on my South of France trip that I went on, so it's very much that energy. So after the Knight of Pentacles reversed is stubborn, refusing to budge, move, work, or change, and under the radar, feeling a failure, the King of Swords reversed, not being in his truth at that time that I did this read. Working to align details or get their ducks in a row, uncomfortable feelings of the hermit, right, seclusion, but having the light, and dealing with discomfort, though, right, with the energies around them. So home, the King of Cups running game for justice, or the King of Cups may have stolen something from a Libra energy, or running between home and Libra and Virgo, or justice and hermit. Home, the King of Cups is working, or a thief in uncomfortable emotions was coming up here, and justice on hermit with the light. So it's like justice is hanging over hermit to protect them, and Libra protecting and honoring the hermit. So there's just like this this understanding between them. The King and Queen of Pentacles are awake to the Queen of Wands upright and the Queen of Cups upright. All four of them were upright here. As they're in post-war PTSD and dealing with looting each other, right? Defenseless to the detox of chaos, or Capricorn reversed, who could be a snake in the grass, done spying with black pointy shoes, defeated by their own devil. No more tickets to see the show. Everyone's gone home, cleaning up the dead bodies, and his hand in all of it. All the proper people staring at the awkward one, the outcast, the disciple, Judas, Mary Magdalene. In exile, abandoned, destitute, injured, ill, or left behind in the cold, locked in a freezer car, detoxing or thawing out. Emotional fulfillment of the Rainbow Bridge at 12:35. Again, 35 is the Wounded Warrior, and it comes up as the Mary Magdalene energy very much. And 12 is the Hangman. So again, that's the combination of the Jesus and Mary Magdalene template. So when a lot of this stuff comes up, it has to do with wounds of past lives too. So keep that in mind when you're listening. This is a general read, so if it doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. And it's, even if we're doing the Divine Feminine read, that can apply to the feminine within the masculine, and vice versa for the masculine's read. So there's emotional fulfillment of the Rainbow Bridge, where timing is slow in a twist of fate. The divine lovers, mediated by Gabriel, no longer punished for their mistakes. They're not in karma anymore. The secret is out. It is what it is. The truth and sexual energy connection between two human angels. And then the uvula and the vulva were coming up again as the two portals, the masculine and the feminine portals, the two U's and the two V's I was getting from the two words. But basically the cups, or the two U's, having to do with the cups having to hold, and the V's for both. The V of creation requires no thought, only knowing and feeling, making a mountain into a molehill between them, right? So taking away the problems between, bridging the gap. The recent past is the red and the root, the red drum. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. So that was coming up, the little drummer boy, with three friends like the three wise men. They were his guides, right? Who were they? The lamb and the, I can't remember the three buddies, but anyway, you get the idea. So busy researching in the etheric records to give him the answer. So his guides, the animals that were with the little drummer boy, they're showing me him researching in the etheric records to give him the answers at a moment's notice, right? So they're his wise men, his three wise men. So it don't require the Torah or the Bible and such, just a boy in front of a girl asking her to love him. So anchor down and pi connect. And pi is the circle with the line through the middle, which has to do with being centered between your masculine and feminine. And then it becomes the 8 when you're actually doing the dance between your masculine and feminine. So the movement between them is different between just being centered. Pi is centered, and then pi R is not, pi is off-centered, and then reaching outside yourself to connect, the R. But the pi is centered, but not moving, it's stagnant. So some of those symbols were coming up again here, to anchor down, so that's like the toggle downward. The R, which is when you're off balanced, sometimes you want to reach out to connect. And then the J upside down was coming up here, which is like the hangman. And then the B was coming up upside down, which for me was coming up as the 8, and the 1, which is the reflection of the moon. But also 81, which in the numerology book, the divine triangle, is the end of karma. It's the end of the human cycle, where then, like if you're 81, then you can choose whether, you know, what you want to do at that point. You're no longer under contract, basically. So the hangman is done his karmic cycle and has moved on, closing up the Akashics, the book of love. And then new love was coming up for the masculine, and beneath it, getting to know each other. A jealous rage as the hangman is awake to the King of Pentacles, hands-off superhero policy, being irresponsible with others' emotions and claiming no responsibility, completely innocent. I didn't do anything. How many times have you heard a guy say that? Or your children, especially your guy children. All right, so the evil Empress reverse comes up here with his arms tied, like the Adonis is in this card with the evil Empress. It's like she's got his arms tied so he can't do anything, and a snake in tow, frustrated, unable to conceive of the why in the road, no longer aroused by all the options she's given him. So this may have worked for the masculine up to this point, but he's no longer resonating with this anymore. So 3 selections now off the table. So there may have been someone who actually was trying to set the masculine up with someone they wanted him to be with so that they would have control over him again. Or it could be projects as well. But they were coming up as 3 feminines. The Empress reversed and her stable of girls, and there definitely can be someone who is in a situation. When we have very specific messages like this, it's going to be for 1 or 2 or maybe a few people. So don't expect it to fit your situation, because some of these are not going to be the usual. So 3 selections now off the table where the Empress reversed and her stable of girls, so there could be someone who has something like this, and red boots and conch shell, the dead bug, and the lovebird patch, like Levi Strauss, Royal Dalton, and fleur-de-lis, refusing to burn the past, not seeing any growth in this, or 3 X's keep returning to the masculine. The one is coming up as the conceited, and then the intellectual, who only wants him part-time, and then the depressed or the old and past their prime. Or the King of Pentacles is awakened to the jealousy around him, that partner having an affair or trying to make him jealous or offering him third parties to keep him there. Or she's gay with a woman and there's women all around him, so she's being attracted by the women who are around him. Or just constantly being tempted and just trying to stay faithful, the masculine. Not counting on the one that would connect with him inside out, right? So he's meeting has all these other people who are outside in, not really realizing that he would run into or be dealing with the one that would come into his energy from within as opposed to from without. So health comes up, which is number 71, the 3 of Pentacles, and spiritual partnership also comes up underneath that. I didn't write down the number of that, but I think that's, I think spirituality is 77, but that's all right. So not working or overworking, impatient or powerless in marriage, relationship, establishment, or with a Taurus, walking away from the Fool and free to leap to a new life. Sagittarius reversed, Taurus upright, and Aries upright came up here. Or financially drained, or Sagittarius is draining, and Taurus or marriage is not working, exploring what else is out there on a hike, a trek, thinking, or skywriting. No more worry about poop and cups left out in the yard. A brand new life. So there's coming up like an impish energy here, like the masculine is that impish energy, right? Coming up here, willing and able. It's like now this new life is ready. The masculine with his little impish personality, right? That little sneakiness about him. He's ready, willing, and able now, like where he wasn't before. 114 comes up here as the Magician and the 14 of the Temperance card, patience and balance. So there's a new life or money source, or those who are destitute or left out in the cold, or a Mary Magdalene cave in detox with the secret out, or one with no intuition, or Capricorn reversed and Pisces reversed, Taurus reversed, Libra reversed, but Gemini and Scorpio are upright here. The recent past is the Ace of Orbs upright, so the truth, the Ace of Swords. The truth is out, but with negative talk or immature words or silent treatment or spying going on. There could be ADHD issues or autism, bipolar issues, or with issues getting along at work or losing money, or a third party or bad influences around them at work. Released from prison or anxiety issues and awakening to magic manifestation abilities. Out of prison of anxiety, fears, of shame and guilt or near-death experience, or dark night or never-ending story with issues at work with star or fame, shining light and healing others. The foundation for the feminine here is the Seven of Orbs, taking the risk and offering love, passing downloads as well. The Queen of Swords reversed with the world upside down, or in another world, incomplete or needing closure. Reaping rewards, the Queen of Wands is falling on their face from grace or lacking faith, and the Queen of Wands blocking the sealed divine feminine's downloads, and then falling from grace without him even realizing it. So it's not even like it's coming up like the masculine doesn't even see that the Queen of Wands, who's been his block the whole time, is now falling from grace, but he doesn't even know what's going on. The Queen of Wands could be Aries here, perhaps with Pisces in their chart, and the Queen of Swords reversed in love with the Devil or Capricorn reversed. Pisces or High Priestess and Libra reversed lovers, or Gemini and Pisces reversed are not destined. Or Gemini upright, Libra reversed, Pisces reversed are a happy family, and the central energy is the Ace of Flames reversed, frustrated and unable to conceive, or there's no growth here, or no arousal, not inspired, or in exile out in the cold, ill, injured, fired, or let go by the King of Wands, an ending pain or a painful end and or betrayal, or lower back pain and starting over in love, or no longer bored because now you're dealing with pain issues. Clearly, the wounded warrior is refusing to give up and challenged by the Ten of Wands burdens and responsibilities or hard labor. Atlas with the weight of the world upon their shoulders, and the Six of Cups kids or twins who belong to each other, or they're being loving to each other. In need of sunshine, drained, tired, sick, or overexposed, or out of control kids, or Leo with an ego, or just his own ego, or your own ego. Howling at the moon, healing, forgiving, and the Knight of Cups reversed, jealous and insincere, or just feeling insecure and rejected. Unhappy and stubborn and or on strike, the Hierophant suddenly tossing everyone or everything out, or a sudden event or an epiphany happens, or the Taurus upright and Scorpio upright, where Leo is reversed with Cancer upright. Justice, let's see, reaping rewards, dreaming or sleeping with the enemy, jealousy and or no love, not sleeping and rising above, or awake and now coming out, no longer obsessed, the King of Cups, and then the Queen of Swords reversed in love with Justice or Libra, defenseless to talking. The Queen of Swords reversed, healing and forgiving. And this is at 141, which is the Magician and the Ace of Cups, the new love, self-love, spiritual love. So now for the feminine is the Knight of Wands reversed in the crowning position. The Player, or third energy, the liar, cheater, or thief, or falling short on energy or holding back desires, challenged by their responsibilities. The Knight of Wands reversed with Ten of Pentacles reversed, dysfunctional family or loss of money or income, or a family member perhaps, spending money, partying, celebrating, socializing, and not expressing feelings, or exchanging energy, or hours of love, delays in communication or travel here. The Four of Cups is reversed, starting over in love, as the Queen of Cups is dumped or in the dumps, or with dumps or dumping syndrome, crying, overwhelmed with a new life. And the Five of Wands reversed, fight is over, or someone lost a competition, being moderate and holding on, saving, grounding, but skating on thin ice. Having casual sex, the Taurus upright, Scorpio upright, Gemini upright, Virgo upright, all here. Magician jealous or insincere, no longer keeping quiet, or unable to keep others quiet. Connection at a distance, no longer obsessed, and the Hermit, King of Cups, is missing their flame, or thinking she's back with him, or the King of Cups was obsessing, so it could be the masculine thinking she's back with, the feminine's back with her ex, or the King of Cups was obsessed, and they could be someone with reddish hair and or a beard. The Magician unhappy without their wish, falling short post-war with PTSD and looting issues, hoarding cash perhaps, or holding back, playing ball or now playing hardball, holding back a new life as the King of Pentacles, Hermit, or they're three separate guys, the King of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the King of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles reversed is stubborn, fixed, and blocking the Queen of Swords reversed, who feels rejected and is healing. The King of Pentacles is suffering in silence, or also could be dealing with a sister here, in need of help, or two kids in need of help, money, or an opportunity. And that could be the Page of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And those could definitely be two kids. And they could be people at work acting like kids as well. Big love at work, under the radar. Third party new love is stuck, blocked, broken, or battered and bruised, broken down, up or through, or canceled to move or travel, defenseless to detox, or Capricorn reversed, all business and no love. The Dark Priestess without the keys, or dropping off or picking up the keys. Libra with new love, defenseless to the Queen of Swords reversed, who is healing. Her truth aligned with the Page of Swords reversed, but more mature with her words. Soon is the Nine of Cups reversed, not getting their wish, unsatisfied or out drinking, happy hour or throwing up. The Queen of Pentacles and Emperor reversed, connecting twins or together for kids. Juggling burdens and taming the beast, uncomfortable emotions and negative self-talk, immature conversation, silent treatment, spying or holding back money and new life. The feminine sees herself as the Ten of Swords upright, dealing with great pain or dealing with back treatments, perhaps, or any kind of spa treatments to relieve pain. Grieving the Knight of Swords, rushing in with the truth, and the Star, the healer, shining their light, synchronicities, heaven in their eyes, options galore, clearly, or now with clarity. Healing family issues, worth waiting for, and free yourself, all are coming up for the feminine. And around the divine feminine, or how she might be seen, is the Lover's card, upright. Without peace, though, inspired Queen of Cups at 202. So the Queen of Cups is upright, but she still is in her head a bit. And the 202 is, two high priestesses. It can have to do with two people with their psychic abilities. And then we go to 203, which is the high priestess and the empress. The Page of Cups, message of love, powerless or dependent, and the Empress reverse. So it could be a mother and child or grandmother and child, or it's just a message of love and feeling powerless or dependent. And the Empress reverse is there, which, the Empress reverse can be, if it's not someone who's sick, ill, or has had a miscarriage, it's someone who you don't want to be around. She's either in great lack due to her victim mentality, or she's a really nasty person. So you don't really want to be around the Empress when she's reversed. So, and that's a specific type of personality. An Empress who's normally upright is not the Empress reversed. It would come up as an Empress upright with other cards around it. The Empress reversed is not a nice person, or is someone who's sick. So no peace for the Page of Cups youngest, who could be the youngest, right? And the Page of Wands, who's inspired but dependent at the moment, and the Queen of Cups with an ill mother or difficult relative or boss, and a single parent with kids and mother depending on her. But she's fine. She's the Queen of Cups, upright, and so are the kids. They're both upright as well. There's much love here. Or no peace between the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands twins, who are powerless to the Queen of Cups and Empress reversed, if they are like mother and grandmother, like mother and child, but adult ones. The masculine or the feminine needs to clear blocks of the Wheel reversed, in a slow death or judgment, announcement or wake-up call to the truth of Leo or ego, and Scorpio reversed, and Aquarius with Libra reversed. Intuition comes up in completion for the feminine, as well as self-love and peace or pride, but even more so for the feminine here is new beginnings and physical activity. So make sure you get busy physically to take care of your body. So there's reunion and being out in the cold. The divine masculine's heart with the Dark Priestess reversed without the keys, or dropping them off, Justice upright and or Libra, defenseless to the Queen of Swords reversed and healing, forgiveness, him not sharing in debt, scam, or inequity, but awake and coming out, and the King of Swords reversed in negative self-talk or not in their truth, because of the inequity with their twin. Excuse me. The Four of Pentacles, Batcave, home, and Trinity, which comes up as the workplace of the masculine, reversed, with the Queen of Wands with the false light, placed herself on her head. So that's coming up is that, well, Trinity can be the workplace, but it can be really any place of co-creation. So it can be school, it can be church, any other place. But the Queen of Wands is coming up as the false light energy, because in this card, she's literally putting the light on her head. It's not real light. So looking or going back or living in the past, feeling a failure or doing things under the radar that he isn't aware of. And he choosing now a different new path, the twin path. But I was also getting some of the masculines could have issues with their health right now, or looking back at their failure with the Queen of Wands and choosing a new path. The Five of Pentacles, which is that feeling of out in the cold or destitution, and the Mary Magdalene cave, passing downloads regarding great pain and the lover's truth and frustration and the inability to conceive of the whole situation, the challenge being the responsibility, the burdens, and the confessions of unhappiness or drinking, or no wish or not getting your wish, or arrogance here in a downturn, slowdown, or twist of fate. So actually, I'm sorry, the Wheel of Fortune was actually reversed in this read, but the Lovers was upright. The Knight of Wands reversed, the Four of Pentacles upright here, at home with the Three of Pentacles reversed, the workplace or place of co-creation, with the Queen of Wands, failed in the past, and him choosing a new path. Whoever's being stubborn, there could be a strike going on or someone refusing to work, or under the radar, the King of Swords reversed with the truth out of a new life and in detox of downloads sneaking around, the runner or go-between, frustrated, blocked from receiving due to the Knight of Wands reversed player and challenged by burdens and or confession. Pain, a painful end or ending pain, betrayal or back pain and treatments associated with it, unhappy divine masculine's heart, lovers in divine timing in the bat cave at home with issues at work, and Queen of Wands there with him and health issues. So those are the things he's dealing with right now. And that's it. And that ended at 222, which is room 222, has to do with guidance counselors. Okay, so also the family may be seeing family counseling or kids counseling or having couples counseling too. So that could be for the feminine, and her, if she's still married, she could be dealing with that in her marriage or her relationship, or you could be dealing with your twin, masculine and feminine twin, or your masculine and his partner if he's still in a relationship. Or it could just be actually counseling for the kids as well, like family counseling, even if they're not together anymore. All right, so that was the divine feminine. And so now we're going to go into the divine masculine for today, which is in front of you. So the masculine one starts with the, this is the Three of Wands, okay? And the cards beneath that are the Six of Swords upright, the Seven of Wands upright, the Lovers reversed, and then the Ten of Pentacles reversed. But before we get there, as I was dealing out the divine masculine read, I was feeling like it was peacey. So things are peacey right now. That was at, when I cut and dealt the SIRIAN STARSEED deck, it was 1022. Which is the Wheel of Fortune and the 22 of the Fool. Sorry if I trip up on my words. I am Virgo, so the Mercury retrograde is definitely going to affect me, I promise you. The masculine read was done at 10:39 to 40, which is the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups, and the 10 being the Wheel of Fortune. The major arcana for this read were Reason, which is the Emperor, Star, and Justice. Before the read, the Lovers came up, but for the masculine, it's reversed. And then at the end of the read was the Tower, upright. We had 4 Wands, 2 Cups, 1 Sword, and 1 Pentacle, so mostly Wands, so a lot of desire and physical action today. And the court cards were the Queen of Wands, the Page of Wands, Page of Cups. And then after the read, we also have the Seven of Pentacles, which is the Divine Feminine's heart at the end of the read. So I wanted to parallel this for you too. In the Divine Feminine read, the final card for the read before my after card reads was the Divine Feminine's heart. And it was the Divine Masculine's heart. In the Divine Masculine's read, the final card before the after the card cards, or after the read cards, is the Divine Feminine's heart. All right, so the final read for both reads was each other's heart. The Bat Cave and the E-Tower. So we have the Knight of Cups coming up after the read here. So the numbers in the code line for the masculine were all about synchronicity, which the S and the Y were covered. So it's coming up as the chronicling about the Jesus or the masculines. The journaling about the masculine journey. And then the SY is coming up as the Sophia doing it, right? Sophia stays at the Y in the road to journal about the journey. So the numbers coming up here, we had double sixes, double sevens, and double tens for the masculine. So that high vibration of that 10-10 again, but also the 66 of the Queen of Pentacles and the 77 of the Sovereign, which is that 9 of Pentacles. The code line was all about synchronicities, and the only number was 6, which is the Lovers. And there was a lot of different variations of the message here today, so I'm going to give them to you. I didn't do anything online, so that'll go quickly. We have the 3 also for numbers for the Empress, 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, 6, 7, 8, lay them straight. The number 10, begin again. 36 is the 10 of Wands. 710 can be the 71 of the 3 of Pentacles, which is, for me, is the co-creation energy, backed up by Source since it's 710. And then 78, the 10 of Pentacles also came up, as well as 13, the Death card, 36, the 10 of Wands, the 89, which is the reflection of human temperature, 98, and then 910 again, begin again. We also had 4211, which is the 2 of Cups and Justice, 42 and 11. So the different meanings, I'm going to give you all the different energies I was getting from the code line today, but they all had to do with synchronicities. And actually, Princess Di was coming up along with Charles as well. So there's those kind of relationships that are paralleling the twin flame journey. So interesting that those, I told you the 2 movies, By the Sea and Anna Karenina. So, and that's funny, I just said By the Sea, and sea was one of the word sea comes up in different ways. So to see you, the ocean sea, and then the C for like vitamin C, but also can reflect the Christ vibration. So vitamin C has been coming up a lot this week. So take your vitamin C to keep your energy up. And taking the high road for sure. Taking the moral high road. Also the total hip replacement's coming up for some as well. Being the seeker and the student, the Queen of Wands, who in this deck is all about drama. She's the drama queen. Dealing with kids and or twin, and the divine masculine template. The journaling of the masculine, and also dining out was coming up, and that could be, I mean, the Queen of Wands is coming up here with the kids, so it's a lot about the divine masculine and dealing with his situation. This could also be coming together with his divine feminine to have dinner or something like that, like a date, that kind of thing. So the C, T, and also TE, which is the moral human, right? That's like the human god. But also that energy was coming up of Poseidon and Moses parting the Red Seas and taking the high road. The Page and the Queen of Drama, kids, soulmates, or twins, and the diving in. Okay, so just diving right in. But also dining out. And the divine masculine coming in. The moral man, chronicling the story of Jesus, which is the template of the divine masculine. And their synchronicities, right? So the synchronicities are also chronicling Jesus for the masculines, so they, it's their guidance, so they know what to do. And then I was getting a sigh as well, like, like, so let's see. Also to see that moral man, to take the high road. Like I said, total hip replacement might be coming up. Student-teacher energies of transmutation regarding the kids and twins. So learning how to clear. The C, the vitamin C and the Christ energy. Also the T, like teas with vitamin C in them, or that advertise they have vitamin C in them. Or also Chi, is it Chi tea? Anything like that, the CCH, those kind of teas are coming up here. And then to take the high road and seek urgent clearing of fire, which is transmutation, for the kids and the twins. So, the twins very much come up, they both come up as the 6 of Cups, because the twins are like children. They're like twin children. It's the same template. And it's funny because I was just, I did kind of like a family counseling session with my cards. And because they're going through a lot. This has nothing to do with twins. It could be, I don't know, but not according, that they are aware of. But they have twin kids. So it was very cool to like parallel the twins along with the twins and the twin journey. So let's see here. Right. All right. So transmutation. So often when the Six of Cups card comes up, it'll be regarding the twins and the kids because they're both going through a similar journey in that sense, right? Because the twins are learning how to make their hearts like a child again, open and never, never shutting it down, being open like a child. So also a seat, and that can reference the total hip replacement because someone might need a special seat if they get their hip replaced, but that was coming up. Or if something else comes up regarding a seat, please comment below. But also the student of the drama queen regarding twins or kids. Like how to show off, perhaps. How to shine your light. Because the Queen of Wands, one thing she probably knows how to do is how to get attention, right? Because she likes attention. So CTs were also coming up. So if someone's getting their hip replaced, CAT scans are coming up. Someone was coming up as too much hiking. The Queen of Wands and kids, perhaps. And this is where Charles and Diana were coming. So there may be some karmics who are really into Charles and Di. And also divine intervention, right? And it wasn't that Charles or Di, either one was bad within themselves, but that Charles was not meant to be with her. He was meant to be with his current partner, okay? So, and everyone's got their opinions about that and Camilla and all that kind of stuff, which is fine. It doesn't matter because it only matters what he knew was right for him, okay? So divine intervention, synchronicities, and then was coming up around Sophia, and the questioning, always questioning why. Why? Like in chronicling the divine masculine. And so that's why it's paralleling over to Charles. The I am presence, the toggling up, and the why in the road. That's all you need to know, right? Allow yourself to go with the flow. Don't block yourself from your shadow or your light. Allow it all to come out as you stay present. And as you stay present, you naturally start raising your vibration. And you naturally you change as you raise in vibration naturally. You can't force it on yourself. It's just the way you came into the journey is how you're going to progress on the journey. So seediness was also coming up for somebody. And again, taking the high road when someone's sneaking around. The Queen of Wands, drama queen, lover of chalices, divine, or Charles and Di. Sophia and Jesus, or Mary Magdalene and Jesus, and I'm losing my voice, with synchronicities coming up, all right? So so now this is where the divine masculine and his family around him are noticing all the synchronicities that he gets regarding him and his twin, and they can't deny it. It's too clear. And also to see the tether to the chaser, like the media chased Diana when she died in that car crash, of the Queen of Wands with the kids left behind, and Princess Di, like I said. And then also paralleling to Jesus and Mary Magdalene and the synchronicities. To see the T, the toggling up, and get set. And Esther was coming up here as well. To see bad spirits, right? So don't assume, it's not about assuming everybody's good. You don't keep your heart open to assume everyone's good. You keep your heart open because you're not letting anyone close your heart, because that's detrimental to you. You come into every situation with an open heart, and then if something triggers you, you can always walk away. But that doesn't mean everyone's going to not trigger you. There will be some who will trigger you. So learn to toggle up and use your feminine energy to know, what energies are resonating and what aren't before it gets past a certain point, right? So the Queen, that's coming up around the Queen of Wands and negative spirits, and also kids and twins in divine energy, or when dining out with them, because then you're in a whole restaurant full of energies, right? So we start with the Three of Wands reversed, as I showed you already. Looking or going back or living in the past after finding peace, standing up for self in a breakup, or with no affection, from the Ten of Pentacles reversed, dysfunctional family, or a family with no morals, or a family that's losing money, or possibly lost a family member. Excuse me. Jealousy, rejected, or insincerity, and sin was being emphasized here, insincere, and refusing to heed the call of a higher love. juggling, performing, showing high vibe at work, but a low vibe in standing up for himself. The Devil and or Capricorn toying with you to get your vibration low, in knowing, keeping to self, to keep energy, and then the masculine in their knowing, keeping to themselves to keep their energy pure, but suffering in silence, stressed out. The Gemini reversed, Aquarius reversed, and Capricorn upright all come up here. The Page of Swords spreading the word, as the Page of Cups is feeling rejected, sad, or whiny, or spoiled, or vulnerable, or two kids who are not agreeing with each other, but both are offering new passion and growth to the King and Queen of Pentacles, who are both reversed now. And you notice the King and Queen of Pentacles were upright in the feminine read. Or a word of rejection, but still offering new passion, creativity, projects to the King and Queen of Pentacles, both reversed, or kids trying to get them to stay together, right? Because there's definitely mediations coming up here. So there may be certain couples have on the masculine side who've told the kids that they're splitting up or getting divorced, and they're having counseling or mediation, and the kids still trying to get the parents back together, or one child is and the other one isn't. They're fine with it. So keeping to self. So this King of Swords reversed here could be keeping to self, or is a mediator or lawyer or family therapy or therapist. But be careful with the Queen of Pentacles reversed here. In some situations, make sure she doesn't know the counselor or whoever this in-between person is, because they may have an agenda if they know the other person. When the King of Swords is supposed to be impartial here, it was specifically coming up that way. He is supposed to be an impartial person, but it's coming up as the King of Swords reversed is negative, untrustworthy, and a liar, or grieving without using his heart. 10 channels or a domino effect. Chain reaction, ball and chain, snake skin and skin boots, and leaves are in the house, so somebody tracking leaves in the house. An ulterior motive or motorin was coming up. 10 channels or notches on his belt or speaker at 11:35, which is Justice and the Wounded Warrior. All right, so at 11:35, Justice and the Wounded Warrior, which also can be the Mary Magdalene energy, he's coming up as 10 channels or notches on his belt or notches on his speaker system. So, you know, a lot of guys are very proud of their stereo systems, that kind of thing. But watch out for hidden cameras was coming up here. And again, this is related to the King of Swords reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Because even though the King and Queen of Pentacles are together, they're definitely like a couple with children here. The King of Swords is actually connected to the Queen of Pentacles reversed in a separate line together. Like he's supposed to be impartial, but they know each other. And I don't know if the King of Pentacles reversed knows they know each other or knows they have an agenda that's not including him. All right? So watch out for hidden cameras, unaware they're watching you, spies in your midst, and this is not to cause paranoia. Don't get paranoid. Spies in your midst could even be the one, or could even be one of your kids. Mommy's minions, right? You know how divorced people, when they're divorcing, they always, when they're fighting with each other, you know, they get their kids, they try to get their kids to do things or get things from the other parent. The Queen of Pentacles reversed is not taking the high road here. Again, the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the King of Swords reversed may be in cahoots or is her lawyer, but he's not trustworthy either, or he's a lawyer who prides himself on lying for his customers, you know. Pretending to be unaware. Air child and talkative, who can't keep a secret, and water child demanding their way or is whiny or just shy and vulnerable. Pretending not to see so they can stay in the past. And the King of Pentacles reversed, losing money and status, or just ungrounded, or is greedy, or all about sealed divine feminine in another world who's on her own, or getting close to closure of a cycle, but hasn't been easy. The Queen of Swords reversed is very hurt, not talking or lashing out, reaping rewards of hurting each other or having spoiled your kids, or the King of Pentacles reversed and two women or children who are not getting along. Pisces, Aquarius, and Capricorn perhaps. The bull and lion trying to get back in, but excluded, or they're grumpy kids. Taurus or Leo, both ego-driven, or someone a stewardess or flight attendant, or flying Pan Am, or watching Catch Me If You Can. Could be reaping rewards of stolen money, airlines, seeding, fabrics, or sewing and fabrics, or fashions, or selling fabric you've collected over the years to a sewing school, perhaps, wanting to get rid of it. Michael and Thoth laying low during the Mercury retrograde, or Gabriel and birds, referencing the females, are laying low so that they want to see what the divine masculines can do with what they have coveted. Maybe dealing with disgruntled partner or ex and children, and calling and soulmate came up for the masculine, and beneath that was you deserve love. And I was getting, sending energy, love to your masculine. You should be feeling it come back to you. So you might want to try that out. So through your cord, bring in the light, whatever you feel, whatever you resonate with specifically for your union. Send that light and that love through your cord to your masculine. You might want to even clear him from your side and see if you get something back in return. You might actually feel a little clearing you weren't expecting. So, and that was at today at 11:52. I actually sent clearing, and at 11:54, I received it right back. So there's a fight over lost, or there's a fight that's over, or the masculine lost a fight or a competition, or refusing to compete or battle, or don't feel like performing. They're not up to the task right now. There's no spying or investigators done, or the investigation is done. Inspired to romance under the radar, not putting it out there about death, end, transition or transformation, or the dark night, still keeping things under the radar. Could be a sex change of someone, Scorpio energy, and or justice, divorce, Libra, or Scorpio and Libra win, or sweet Libra with a killer or Scorpio defense. Transvestite comes up here, or watching Rocky Horror Picture Show, and then damn it, Janet was coming up, or someone could be hiring a hit and planning their alibi date with their conspirator. So again, that could be coming up with that Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords, and that would be really devilish. So that obviously isn't going to apply to most of you, maybe one person. So red boots, bunny and dove involved, and also a pot or cauldron here. Bunny and dove almost got stepped on, but red boots fell before she could walk all over you. Before I walk all over you. All right, so that's coming up with the red boots. Someone cut out sharply or got caught, perhaps cheating or with an official in her pocket or their pocket, or man goes undercover as a woman, or man who thinks he's with a woman is really a man, and that's at 12:04, which is the Hangman and the Emperor. And then we get moderation coming up here, which is 14, the Temperance card, and taking the high road. And beneath that was music, which is 32, the journey. So music was coming up as important here. And taking the high road. The moral high road was very significant for this read. So again, the 12 and the 4, the Hangman and the Emperor. And that references Jesus being hung by the Emperor, right? So a breakup, a disconnect, or not seeing eye to eye or face to face after a fight, battle, competition, or being made a fool of. Fell on face, fell from grace, or lacking faith. Now, with new information coming in, and there was an investigation, so somebody could have hired a private investigator. So now with new information in, or clarity received, in need of a decision, right? Because now all the information's in. There's no reason not to, because now you're imbalanced with the new information and have to get back to balance again. So in need of making a decision to achieve balance again, unable to pretend anymore, right? So no more keeping your eyes closed with the blindfold, pretending you're unaware, because now it's public and you have to give it attention. So in a downturn or slowdown, with Mercury retrograde or twist of fate, the Hermit reversed, parent fell ill or with mental status changes, and that was at 12:08. And then I heard the cat crying again. And the cat's still out there. Like yesterday, I was hearing the cat crying a lot too outside. or coming out after a long isolation and choosing a new path, the masculine. Aries reversed, Virgo reversed, Libra reversed came up here. Someone may jump and others may take the high road, but either way a decision will be forced. R2D2 is down, or a loyal friend who needs an overhaul. Engines not working or pumping. Time stops working. Clocks and watches need batteries or reboots. Revamping things, rethinking. New inner workings or guts. A rebound or backpedaling to create new momentum toward the spring equinox. Starseed school has 4 quarters, 3 months each, or seasons they're called. And turn and turn and turn, right? There is a reason, and turn and turn and turn. So that was coming up, that song. The twin flame path, looking back for flame number 3, right? So the twin flames, there's 2 flames in that card. The twin flame path, they're looking back for the 3rd flame, unaware or pretending to be, reaping rewards of sweet fairy justice, truth and balance, and moderation. The recent past here for the masculine is the reason, or the emperor energy, upright. Looking or going back in the past, unstable home or moving or ending a marriage or a big celebration. The King of Cups is reversed, emotionally detached, and unstable, living in the past with partner or agreeing to disagree and part. The Dark Knight is committed to the workplace and it suddenly ends, or sudden events or epiphany of Scorpio and Taurus, or a death or end of Taurus marriage, or religion or establishment, or suddenly partners go in different directions, or explode, erupt, or kick everybody out. Big Scorpio transformation here with Aries and Taurus. Someone blows their top, their crown, their cover, lightning strikes, or house comes crashing down, or closing a business and everything must go. The foundation is the 8 of Swords upright, of prison and or anxiety, and finding peace away from it, away from dependence, plus or minus. The Empress reversed in lack, or a mother and daughter team, powerless and in lack, or scam artists, or at least dependent and financially draining, or no longer want to be single. The King of Swords reversed is choosing a new path, or 2 to 3 are upset because the Divine Masculine is choosing a new path without them, or 3 who feel imprisoned by him, and the central energy being the Queen of Wands upright with sudden epiphany, or just a drama queen, and the challenge being the 6 of Cups reversed, a negative past or childhood, or difficult kids, or twin is returning. The Queen of Cups is upright, and the inner child of her Divine Feminine and her Page of Wands sunshine in need of help, money, or opportunity. Or kids are sick or tired at 1233, which is the Hangman and the Christ vibration, or that 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself. But the kids possibly in need of son, or the inner children of the twins. The Page of Wands inspired by the past returning, but the Page of Pentacles reversed has trouble in school perhaps, or just never learns their lesson, or perhaps is an opportunist and gets others to do everything for them. The Divine Masculine prisoner, hostage, or dealing with anxiety, or having their hands tied, trapped and unable to sleep or get rest, but rising above, or now has rested enough and is now awake and coming out but not happy about it, or never satisfied. Mediating with kids or twins coming together, hanging out, the Queen of Cups or Divine Masculine about the Queen of Cups, are hanging out insecure, without tools, and depressed, or loss of hope, or dreams dashed. The Page of Wands has a date perhaps with big love at work, or excited about the prospect of working together, looking back, expressing feelings and energetic exchange, arrows of love and fast-paced communication or travel, destined, or a need to review. The Wheel of Fortune's upright in this read. The Queen of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune was reversed in the underlying energy, so I don't want you to get confused. So just one situation, it would be reversed, but the rest of the read, it was upright. The Queen of Swords reversed, and he, insecure and overexposed, or needs new tools to move things ahead or offer new life to prisoner, but of shame and guilt. And then they come in, then the Knight of Swords comes rushing in, right, with some more truth. So it's like the masculine saying, as soon as I clear and I'm ready to come forward, then the messages of truth come again at him, and then he has to clear again. So rushing in with more truth in order for him to process. So now is the Page of Wands. Burdened, coming out of the dark. The masked boy with the worshippers and flame inside. But this is definitely about coming out of the dark, the Ten of Wands. I'm still carrying that burden, right? But seeing that little bit of light, that's all you need. Feeling a failure or bad news bearer, or under the radar exchanging energy with the Queen of Wands, or a lot of cords left between them, right? Because they've been together for a long time. The Queen of Wands implementing a plan or strategizing, and the Queen of Swords upright is moving. And the Queen of Wands here could come up as an Aries or a Leo specifically. The Queen of Wands implementing a plan or strategizing as Aries or Leo. And the Queen of Swords is upright, moving, ending a marriage or choosing a new path, but requires falling on face from grace or lacking faith, or overexposed, or sick to their stomach or tired. I think that was the King of Swords. Hold on. No, it is the Queen of Swords here. All right, but or sick to their stomach, or tired, drained, or in need of some sun. There could be a female partner here of the masculine, or a sister who is gay, and their family won't be okay with it. Or two women planning a move while the Page of Wands wants a date. The Page of Cups reversed has figured out some words to say, but still feeling vulnerable about coming out. About big love at work, the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Cups reversed could just be the burden of kids, and Leo or Aquarius, who's all just like they're all coming up as depressed around the masculine, and him then carrying the weight for all of them and being strong all the time. Or one is stubborn and lazy, disabled, unable to function, or refuses to move or work, and that could be the masculine as well. And the other spoiled baby who whines about everything. Or someone who's just hurt or injured, or rejected or vulnerable and working too hard for Leo or ego, or them pacifying the beast. Heartbreak, separation, and third party no longer muzzled, refusing to stay quiet about the Knight of Cups reversed, insincerity, and refusing to love or be loved, hurting those in need of help, causing blocks, broke down, up or through, raining on their parade or game, or travel plans canceled, or their car broke down, or in an accident, a blast from the past, Libra reversed, and two bulls, and Cancer. The bulls and Cancer both can be upright or reversed. Perhaps Virgo reversed, Gemini reversed, and Aries reversed as well, sharing, exchanging information, and settling out and grieving a situation with the Divine Feminine's heart invaded by the karmic's energy, and him sleeping with the enemy. Two left out in the cold together. So again, there could literally be a car accident where you may bump into your Divine Masculine. So that's 101, which is the Magician and the Magician. And then 103 is the Magician and the Empress. So soon is the Page of Wands with a mask and flame stealing away from a split, lies, or cutting through the crap, or worried about knives pulled at night. Like if you're living with your partner you're breaking up with, some may be getting paranoid that they're going to do something to them. Especially around the full moons, pulling the sword from the stone at the full moon or at night with the dogs howling may not be such a great idea. Like, so when you hear the cats yelling outside, that, you know, when they're trying to mate, maybe you know that energy isn't a great time to do it. Or twins run to each other, or run into each other when you least suspect. The wounded warrior reversed in surrender, the Queen of Wands looking down on them as the Viking priestess with her good book or Torah in her lap, or in tow, or with Pisces. Or the Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups with the worst over, grounding and integrating an offer of love as the wounded warrior surrenders to the offer of love, unable to fight against it another day, and that's the masculine. Or the Divine Feminine is inspired to take a risk or sneak away before a fight breaks out at night, or a little girl steals and leaves behind evidence that can be used against them in court. Or the Page of Wands is running from the scene of a crime at night, or was picking up evidence when someone or criminals actually return to the scene of a crime, but they escape at the last minute, but then realize they dropped something or left something behind, and then the criminals may find it. And whenever this kind of storyline comes up, it can also be someone watching a movie like this, because that comes up often as well. But definitely this is about the masculine trying to escape whatever energy is around it. Like, it can even be like your son, like, leaving the room because he doesn't want to hear, he doesn't want you to grill him about anything. It's like, okay, yeah, mom, dad, whatever, and go into their room. That energy is definitely coming up here. Or it could be people playing Clue. Or someone runs from a planned surgery, or has a knife pulled on them, or threatened to get out of the house with a knife. The Page of Wands is inspired by this. Or twins witnessed the whole thing. No one knew that they were there, though. So it could be like one twin, something happening to them, and then the other twin, no one knows they're there because they're spying, but they actually witnessed the whole thing. So that may come up for someone. The masculine sees himself as the Page of Cups reversed, rejected with their heart closed off after a fight, battle, or lost a game, and others are all cheering, hip hip hooray, without you. Or the Divine Masculine is identifying his energy with one of his kids, and they may have lost a game, and he's literally in their energy because he's identifying their feelings of losing and being left out of the group the way he felt when he was young. The King of Wands reversed, tired of hermit's light on him, or he's going to the doctor, an advisor or therapist or wise old friend because he's not feeling well, or angry that he lost. Finances and career, chemistry, as well as trust come up for the masculine, and around the Divine Masculine or how he's seen is the Star reversed, not healing or depressed, lost hope, or not shining their light. And again, this can be someone around them, not them. Dumping attachments or just stuff around the house, destined to break up or have no affection or lover. So somebody's worried about this, whether it's the masculine or someone around him. The High Priestess, secret psychic abilities, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, or Aquarius reversed, Libra upright, and Gemini reversed, and Pisces here breaking up. Or High Priestess and Libra attached and breaking up with Queen of Pentacles reversed, or one with Gemini reversed. Or Queen of Pentacles reversed with Aquarius, and Pisces feels destined to lover or no affection. So the Divine Masculine needs to clear blocks regarding justice being blind. The one side is the Judge, or Libra, and the other side is coming up as the Emperor, or Aries. Or in other words, the establishment always wins, or the house always wins. Libra giving up the fight to the powers that be. You can't fight the man, but you can raise your consciousness and vibration. That is the ripple or domino effect in your favor at 138, which is the Magician, and the 38 of the Queen of Cups. So this is the masculine learning to raise his feminine energy, to stop fighting injustices that can't be won, learning that we can do more good by raising our own vibration and allowing that to ripple out to the others around us. So would you rather be right, or would you rather be happy? This is always going to be the question. Are you in fear, or are you in love? Anything that's fear means you're not in your love energy. So that's an easy way to identify if you're in good energy or not, right? So happy or right, or fear or love. Those are two basic ones when you get confused that are really good to go back to. So synchronicities comes up, but even more so is nature and communication, standing up for self, not giving in to make others feel better when it's not your truth, standing up for reunion of his choice, not theirs. The Divine Feminine, there's literally reunion coming up here. The Divine Feminine's heart and the E-Tower is open for business. Two left out in the cold with an offer of a new life as prisoners of love, guilt, shame, and truth. The Divine Feminine's heart offering love, moderation, grounded, saving, and holding on loosely, spending some for family or willing to spend on family, if and only if the right passion and growth is demonstrated, a true passion for it. So somebody may be asking for money. Through anxiety and imprisonment, inspired to retire or partial retirement, and being moderate while offering a lot of love instead, working to align and get their ducks in a row while in uncomfortable energies, or the Knight of Swords and Page of Swords, kids, or tons of messages that need to be cleared from your email or text or whatever, suffering in silence or just stressed out, the Tower comes in to clear it all out. Sudden events and or epiphanies, the Knight of Cups reversed is suddenly jealous or just going inward, feeling insecure and or shy about a new passion ignited inside. Impatient and feeling out in the cold, or home from the gym a bit achy or injured, or feeling alone while everyone else seems to be having emotional fulfillment, or just happy to be home amongst family. The Knight of Wands, passionately riding back or getting busy with errands, or just getting away from another fight or argument of being defensive. To go spend some money or offer a new life. Now the masculine is ready, and I was getting here, just it's time. So after looking back unaware, with their blinders on, the prisoner of rejection, entitlement, vulnerability, and depression, or Pisces reversed and Aquarius reversed, the Emperor and the Queen of Wands, challenged by difficult kids or the past returning, and the Page of Wands, justice, burdened by the Divine Feminine's heart at the E-Tower, suffering in silence with epiphanies of the Knight of Cups reversed, refusing to give or receive sincere love, but now with newly ignited passion for flame and new life. Living in the past, finding peace and standing up to lover and the Ten of Pentacles reversed family, with one last look back as the Emperor with reason to choose a new path. Prisoner or anxiety, the Queen of Wands, burden of drama, challenged by a difficult past or challenging kids, the Page of Cups reversed and the Page of Wands upright at the E-Tower, depression and justice, or the Aquarius reversed and Libra upright, go to E-Tower, or coming out of the dark to reap rewards, suffering in silence with epiphanies and rejection, jealousy, and finding a new passion for life at 206. All right, and that's the reads. Where are we? It's 1:11:09. 1:11:11. Perfect. So we had 5 ones there for you guys. I'll pull just one card to wrap it up, but I have to go. Let's see here. I'm just going to wrap it up with the energy deck. Okay, so take a deep breath, guys. For everybody watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? And let's clear all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all is concerned. And fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. All right, so what is our message about these 2 reads together for the masculines and the feminines? And 2 cards just dropped out. And there'll be a third for the third energy. So 29, the World came out. So that's completion. 29 is the 3 of Wands also, which is staying present in the moment. The gift of the present moment, very much so. Really seeing the light and the dark. You notice that? This is also, you may be scoping out like where in the world you'd like to live, right? You see a little light spot there. Or where has really positive energy, what really resonates for you specifically. So that's coming up for one group. And then we have Door to Spirit, 32, which is the journey, the 6 of Wands, the door to spirit. So just allow that beautiful light to come through. It's really about purifying your light and your energy, right? So, and it's never about making this hard. It's just, you know, when you can and when you're resonating with it, to, you know, change your eating habits a little bit, or change your just something in your house, something that make it more eco-friendly, something that's more healthy for your body. You don't have to do it all at once. It's just one step at a time to do things naturally, but allow the door of spirit to open. Like, don't be afraid of it. It's all good. And you're still going to have those moments of energy coming down and up, you know. But this will help you keep it high. It's going to give you, you're going to receive guidance, you know, of your next steps to take every step of the way. It's all about the journey. I can't believe they just brought that up. All right, so when I was in elementary school, before I moved when I was 8. Wacky stickers were a big thing back then when I was little. And I put wacky stickers all over the front door of my parents' house. And when I realized what I had done, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get in so much trouble. And, you know, I'm probably like 6 years old, 6 or 7. And whereas I normally would have gotten in a lot of trouble from my mom, I was surprised, probably because my dad was around, because he wouldn't get as angry. But I was very surprised I didn't, like, get slammed for doing that. So you never know. I was just saying, you never know. Keep the door open and don't assume anything. Don't expect outcome. the world. It's funny they brought that up. So then the third energy wanted to bring in this third energy here with attachment, which is number 5. And this is about taking the mask off, letting go of things that no longer serve. People, things, places, all of it. You see she's chained here. And I always get the movie theater when I see this too. Don't be chained to your post. You can always change what you want to do. So never feel like you have to continue doing something for the rest of your life. You don't. It's your energy. However your energy changes, well, that's what you should be guided to go toward. So we have those 3. The underlying energy is the number 2, which is the journey. So perfect. And there's your rainbow bridge. Okay. All lit up. And just admiring your present moment on the bridge, because look at the beautiful view from the bridge. And there's signposts. See, the guidance is right there in front of you. All different directions are labeled right in front of you, like in the things that you're seeing, your signs and synchronicities telling you which way to go when you get off. So there's no fear. You don't have to know ahead of time, because you're going to know when you're supposed to know. So that was perfect. And these 3 cards I thought were very simple, but they came out in a really perfect kind of way. You know, they're not as exciting as some of the other cards. They're very basic principles. Stay present, stay on the journey, be open to things, right? And allow change to happen always. You're never chained to one place or one moment. Stop looking for outcomes, okay? And I'm getting 2, like this is specifically a masculine energy as opposed to this feminine energy. So here the feminine's being called to take off her mask and not feel chained to her post, right? She's supposed to be the dutiful wife or whatever it is, right? Or the server, right? You're the person taking tickets. Not that they are, but just you get the idea of the feminine versus the masculine. And the masculine, where he doesn't have to always be the observer of the world, right? Because the masculine's usually the leaders. That he can do that half-time and then half-time off of that duty, right? So you don't have to assign what you want to do dependent on what your sex is. You do what just resonates with you, and you can share. Okay, that was good. I'm going to show you the cards. Okay, the 3 of Flames, the underlying energy there. The reason, or the Emperor, is the recent past. Then we have the Foundation here, the 8 of Orbs, which was upright today. The center of the reed is that Queen of Flames, so you get a good idea of what she looks like today. The challenge being the 6 of Chalices, which was reversed today. And you can see that well today too. The other underlying energies, and then there's that 10 of Wands coming up from the basement or the dungeon as the crowning position. And then we come here to the Page of Flames, or Seeker of Flames, or Page of Wands, which is that masked boy with the flame inside. And then the masculine sees himself as the Page of Cups reversed today, which can be a child's energy with him today. The stars around him, which is reversed, so there's some depression with him or people around him. And then Justice is upright here, but you see the man there with the Justice and the Emperor. Very much about the red coats, right? And then look at the colors of the numerology cards, right? So again, we have purple and green, and purple, and there's another green up there. So that's heart and third eye, along with the gold above the head of the Christ energy as well. And then the music of the sacral chakra there as well. Okay, and then we end up with the other cards here. We end up with the E-Tower, which is the 7 of Pentacles, or 7 of Crystals. Above that is the 9 of Swords, and then the Tower right above that, and then the Knight of Cups reversed, and then ends up on the Ace of Wands reversed also. But then the clarifiers end up on the Ace of Pentacles upright. So there's a little bit of switch there. Okay. All right, guys, drink your water. Make sure you do. Get your rest, get your joy, get your nature, and rise and be loved, guys. Bye.